Now, in 2014, when you lost the election by about 448,000, you were willing to go back and, just endorse the person, or at least accept the results at that time for the sake of peace. And some may say, what is different this time?
What is different this time is that really, for the sake of peace, you cannot sell justice at the altar of the same, because peace is not just the absence of war. What had happened then was, let's give them a chance. But 5 years went by and government services were no longer what they used to be. And so everybody in the country said, no, this system has to change and this administration has to go. And so this is the reason that we believe now it's no longer a case of just saying, let everything go by. We have to fight this for the sake of Malawians that are continuing to suffer today, because there's a whole lot of looting that has continued on and corruption that this government has left unattended to. And so, no, this time it is different. The whole nation actually is angry as we speak because of fraudulent elections such as we've seen.
But it's still, Mr. President Mutharika won with this, significant number. I mean, you, of course, don't accept that he beat you. But do you also acknowledge that he got a substantial vote which represents the people of Malawi, and therefore he has done something that kind of impresses some of the Malawians?
Until the courts determine this, I'm not, willing to accept the premise. But for sure, certain segments of this country appreciate him. I'm just saying the majority do not. Even if you look at this particular election, you will see that most people didn't vote for him.
Yes. Now, let's assume this election is nullified by the courts, which means President Mutharika has to literally get back out of State House and go back to the drawing board. What would you expect? Who, again, is going to run this election? How is the election? How can you guarantee that you can get a different result if the elections are held by the same electoral commission, by the same system?
I have faith in what we already have as rules governing elections in this country. This particular commission has proved to the world and to Malawians that they cannot honestly and justly run an election if this is truly what happened. And so I know that the systems will be in place and the courts will give direction as to what needs to happen. And I have every confidence that every system working and every institution working without any hindrance from any quarter, they should be able to advise us as to what to do next.